So much Disney Cruise news. We've got cancellations, reschedules, sea trials are in progress, new drinks, new merch, some really cute new Halloween merchandise. There's so much Disney Cruise news. Whether you're a family planning your first Disney cruise, adults only, seasoned Castaway Club members, we've got something for everyone today. As a matter of fact, we've even got some new Castaway Club gifts. I actually want to start off with the Disney Destiny because they are having their sea trials right now. This is Disney Cruise Line's next new ship. It is going to be Heroes and Villains themed. Their maiden voyage is November 20th, this fall, out of Fort Lauderdale. We have so many updates for the Destiny. First of all, they have started their sea trials. The sea trials are the final phase, the last step before the handover and entry into service. This is where they make sure that the ship is good to go before they hand it over to Disney Cruise Line. On September 19th, the Disney Destiny started its conveyance down the Ems River from the Meyerwerft shipyard in Germany to the North Sea. And over the next couple of weeks, the ship will undergo a series of tests. These are the sea trials to ensure that it's ready to embark on its 2-week transatlantic voyage to head over to the U.S. After 2 years of construction, the Disney Destiny is almost ready to head to its year-round home port in Port Everglades, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And they are really gearing up because on September 17th, the Walt Disney Theater cast arrived in Germany. The inaugural Disney Destiny cast has arrived in Germany. This cast has already spent 11 weeks in Toronto learning dialogue, choreography. They got to go onto the ship for a first look at the venue because they are spending the next weeks putting the finishing touches on 3 Broadway-style stage shows. Disney Sees the Adventure, Frozen, a musical spectacular, and the all-new exclusive to the Disney Destiny, Disney Hercules. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the curtain raising on the Disney Destiny. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll let you know as we have new updates. Now, in addition to all of the crew members getting ready for the Disney Destiny, they are also getting the costumes, the drinks, the merchandise, and there is so much merchandise. Now, we've actually talked about a lot of their merchandise before, so I'm not going to go through the stuff that we've already seen, but they've announced a lot more. So what we've looked at before is the inaugural year and maiden voyage merchandise that's going to be available on the ship. They also sent out a link so you could pre-order some stuff. Look into that if you're on that maiden voyage cruise. But here's the other stuff that they have added recently. Now, this merchandise is only available online and before your cruise. This is on the Disney Cruise Line website. It's under onboard gifts. Now, pro tip here, because you, 1, have to order this before your cruise. 2, you have to order it 3 days before your cruise because they will have it in your stateroom for you when you get on board the ship. So they've got to have time to get it together. Some of this is exclusive to the Destiny only. Some of it's going to be for all of the cruise ships, but I want to go over here what's exclusive to the Destiny. You can see here the Disney Destiny pillow and blanket. These are going to have your Spider-Man and Black Panther on the blanket, as well as a 2-sided pillow. Their blankets are usually really soft and cozy. I highly recommend this. And another pro tip, actually, if you are going on a Merrytime or Halloween cruise, they also will typically have specific merchandise for those cruises as well in the onboard gifts section. They also have this Disney Destiny speaker for a little bit of ship fun by your pool. They're also going to have the Star Wars Intergalactic Backpack and the Star Wars Battle Ready bottle and cup set. And these are what I think is super cute. They have these bundles, in particular the Destiny Kids package. It's going to have a backpack, a bucket hat, a water bottle, and multiple sand toys. Super cute for the kiddos. I have also seen that they will have a Disney Destiny ship model, but it is not on their website at the moment. That can be purchased under onboard gifts, but sometimes they will have it in the gift shop on the ship as well. There's some other new merchandise that they announced at D23, and this merchandise is actually going to be available in their lounges on board the ship. The first one is for the Cask and Cannon. This is their pirate tavern. I'm so excited to check this one out. So there's going to be a lot of new pirate merch here. Plus, we got to look at a new drink as well. So let's see what they've got here. We've got a pirate head mug. We've also got this hand, which is kind of neat. It's got spoons, but it's also got some coasters down in there. I love this one with the pirate ship. A cute little photo frame here. A pirate's life for me hand towels. A tote bag ready for your everyday treasures. I think this pirate's life bar mat is really cute too. At D23, they also announced some of the beverages that will be available. This one is a drink made for two. This comes inside a treasure chest filled with smoke. This is rum, pineapple, lime juice, agave, and coconut froth. This is meant to fully immerse you in the ship's atmosphere of the Cask and Cannon, and when they demonstrated this, they mentioned that the drinks will actually be smoked inside the chest before being served. How fun is that? D23 also gave us a new look at the Sanctum. This is from Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange. Here, they're going to have this cocktail in this special glass that reacts to touch. It looks like it comes to life with your cocktail. It's vodka, lychee, fresh lemon juice, pink peppercorn, and Electra Dust Buzz Rock. They say the electrifying dust will leave your taste buds tingling. So that's going to be a whole experience as well. That glass, it looks really cool. And last but not least, we also got to look at something new for the Haunted Mansion Parlor. They do have the Haunted Mansion Parlor on the Treasure, but they've got to do something a little different for the Destiny, of course. On the Destiny, they will have an all-new menu of ghostly cocktails and mocktails available. One example is the Chilling Challenge. Now, this drink has the same name on the Disney Treasure, but on the Destiny, it's going to have all new ingredients. Cognac, Cointreau, sake, orange blossom foam, and edible viola flowers. Yum. We also got a look at the Poseidon mug, which showcases the god of the sea, as well as the Siren mug. This is a double-sided design, so you get a look at the siren before and after, which is pretty cool. Now, I think this is really cool because for the Castaway Club, you get gifts when you go back. So the Castaway Club is their loyalty membership program. Once you go on one cruise, you are automatically placed into their Castaway Club, and you will get a gift on your next sailing. As you have more sailings, your level goes up and you get more gifts on each of your cruises. So typically, as many of you know, those Castaway Club gifts don't change, and you can end up with a lot of the same items if you go on a lot of cruises. Even if you cruise every year, you'll end up with some of the same items. So for the new ships, they have started doing an inaugural year gift line for that first year's sailing. So, Silver Castaway Club members who have completed one sailing will receive a red and gold canvas tote bag. This does have the Disney Destiny inaugural sailings on it, which is very cool. Gold members who have completed 5 sailings will get that tote bag. Plus, they will also get a dry bag. For those platinum members that have completed 10 sailings, they will receive a set of packing cubes. There are 5 red packing cubes of various sizes. And for those lucky Pearl members who have completed 25 or more sailings, they will receive all of those other items plus a travel set. The travel set has a passport holder, travel wallet, and 2 luggage tags. A nice little perk for those that are going on the inaugural season sailings. We got a look at the costumes for Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King dinner show. These costumes take inspiration from various regions in Africa with a mix of contemporary and traditional silhouettes and details. A couple of key points in here: the shells symbolize prosperity, wealth, good luck, and destiny, a fitting representation of Simba's story and the name of the ship itself. The scar accessories are the only pieces in the collection that incorporate the color black, inspired by his distinct black mane. So when you're on the Disney Destiny, make sure and take a look at their costumes. They put so much time and effort into all of the details to really bring the new dining experience to life. There's one other announcement that they made during D23 for the Disney Destiny, and that's their new meet and play experience. This is going to feature Dr. Facilier. He is the villain from The Princess and the Frog. And this is not going to be your typical character meet and greet. This is an interactive experience that they're describing as more immersive and theatrical. We know a little bit about this. It's going to be performance-based. So instead of simply posing for photos, Dr. Facilier is going to engage, entertain, and make new friends friends through card tricks, illusions, and storytelling. This encounter is really going to play up his sinister but charismatic personality with the promise of plenty of surprises. And keep a lookout because you might spot Dr. Facilier roaming the Grand Hall. I have also seen reference that there might be a makeshift parlor for more intimate and magical interaction. This is part of their villain-themed entertainment that's being developed exclusively for the Disney Destiny. I'm super excited to see what all they're gonna do with the villain-themed entertainment. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now here's the fun part for me for D23, and I think for us cruise fans, because they said that D23 2026, which is August 14th through 16th, will be their most expansive and immersive event ever. And I'm expecting some really good cruise announcements there because last year at D23,
we're adding 4 more cruise ships to our fleet.
They announced a 4th Wish class ship plus an entire new class of cruise ships with 3 brand new mid-size Disney cruise ships. So they're going to go a little bit smaller again, not as small as the Magic and Wonder, but not as large as the Dream and Wish class for sure. So I can't even begin to guess what they're going to announce at D23 next year, but I can't wait to see. Okay, on to our next new ship, the Disney Adventure. Now there has been a bit of a delay for the Disney Adventure. This is the ship that will be in Singapore. It was expected to have its maiden voyage this December 2025, but that has been postponed with a bunch of other cruises canceled. The maiden voyage has been postponed from December 15th, 2025 to March 10th, 2026. This is because of shipbuilding delays, and you can really tell here because we got a look recently on Instagram. This account has multiple images of the inside of the ship. As you can see here, this is raw. They've got a lot of work to do. I've seen some rumors that it was because of sea trials. I personally don't think so. I really do think it's because of all of this work that they've got to do on the inside of the ship. They purchased this ship 70% completed from another cruise line that went out of business. So I think the expectation was that it would be done kind of quickly, but they had to completely redo a lot of the ship to make it a Disney cruise ship. So that clearly takes a lot of time. It looks like they really had to kind of go back down to the basics and tear out a lot of what was done already. So they definitely have a lot of work to do here for the Disney Adventure. They are doing sea trials. They did start that. They're doing the work on the inside of the ship. So it sounds like everything should be on target for March 10th. Again, stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll let you know. In addition to the postponement of the maiden voyage, they also canceled all of the cruises that were in between that maiden voyage from December 15th to the new one in March 10th. If you were booked on any of those, make sure to check your email, talk to your travel agent. If you have not made changes, do that right away. They are offering full refunds and 50% future cruise credits for those that want to make changes. But we've got a couple of good pieces of news for the Disney Adventure as well. One piece of the ship here that you can see that if it's not completed, it looks like it's almost completed, and that's the castle, which is really cool because this is the only castle that is on a Disney cruise ship. As a matter of fact, they did a documentary recently, and you can see in here a little bit of the castle progress. This is definitely multi-dimensional. Looks like it's going to be very impressive in person, and since this is kind of a theme park at sea, it's very fitting that it has one of the Disney castles. Recently, they also shared a look at some of the dishes that will be on board the Disney Adventure. We have a full video doing a deep dive into all of this. The food on the ship looks amazing. They are definitely going deep on Asian flavors, local cuisine. It looks like they're going to have a lot of variety on here and some really excellent flavors. And I just love these Mickey-shaped desserts. They're so adorable. Okay, moving on, we've got to take a look at Halloween because Halloween is coming up fast and the Halloween on the high seas sailings are in full swing. We have some really cute new merchandise to look at here, but first I want to talk about pumpkin trees because for the Disney Treasure, we finally got a look at the pumpkin tree that is on board the ship. Her name is Ginger, and this fall is the first ever season of Halloween on the high sea sailings on the Treasure. So a little bit of story time here because is the pumpkin trees are a special touch for each of the Disney cruise ships. Each one of the Disney cruise ship has their own unique pumpkin tree. Ginger is a unique species of tree hailing from the fictional city of Agrabah. The pumpkins on here have more of a look of gourds that you might see in that region of the world versus the traditional pumpkins that you will see on the other trees. And during the first night of the sailing, that's the opportunity to interact with Ginger as her story comes to life in the tale of the enchanted pumpkin tree. The trees aboard the Magic Wonder Dream and Fantasy reflect a traditional spooky tree that you might expect along the dirt roads of Sleepy Hollow. This is Bog from the Disney Wonder. And each tree has a mysterious caretaker who will share chilling tales of Halloween traditions and legends as guests gather beneath their glowing canopy. At the pumpkin tree Halloween ceremony, they will share the legend of the pumpkin tree. I don't want to spoil that for you, but make sure you attend that while you are on the ship. And I thought this was fun, actually. The Plan Disney panel put out this grid showing what is available for the Halloween on the High Seas sailings. They're all going to have your pumpkin tree with your storyteller. They're going to have Halloween music, the masquerade party, Halloween treats, crafts, characters in Halloween attire, and then depending on which ship you're on, they also have Halloween Isn't Just for Kids, or if you're on the Treasure, they have the Halloween on the High Seas costume ball. Here's some of the treats from the Cove Cafe on the Disney Wonder. On the first 4 ships, these treats are included with the cost of your cruise. We've also got a look at the Disney Treasure from this year. These treats are an additional charge. They will be available in the sweets shop. And of course, they have special merchandise. And Brenda Legoo is a crew member on board and showed some of the merchandise that they've got on here. I absolutely love this Sanderson Sister Spirit jersey. These ears are really cute. Another Spirit jersey and a Halloween Stitch. I mean, yes please. Disney Cruise Line also gave us a look at some new popcorn buckets that they've got this year specifically for Halloween. Of course, Pluto's a classic, but this Mummy Stitch is absolutely adorable. And actually, I've got a question here for you. Anyone who has been on any of the cruises lately and has used a popcorn bucket, let me know in the comments below. Because historically, you can bring any popcorn bucket on board the cruise ship from the parks, from a previous cruise. It doesn't matter. They will refill it for you. It's like $1 or $2 to get the refill. Over the last few years, some of the ships started telling people that if you did not have a popcorn bucket from the current ship, they would not refill it. I'm pretty sure that that was a post-COVID thing and that it's gone away, but I'm curious if anybody has had that experience recently. So let me know in the comments below if you have. But historically, they will let you bring any popcorn bucket on board and get it refilled. Although I've got to say, I would definitely want this Stitch one. Now here's something that looked really fun that I'm curious if any of you have done or would do. So we actually saw this prank on board the Disney Treasure. This was over on Magically Reese on Instagram. They had a Facebook group for their Disney Treasure cruise. There's almost always a Facebook group for every cruise. A lot of people like to go find these, make friends before they get on the ship. They'll sign up for gift exchanges, beer exchanges, candy exchanges, fish extenders, which is a gift exchange. And sometimes they will do other things like do a shirt for the group cruise. Well, this group took it to a little bit of a different level and they pulled a prank on all of the men. So the women went and purchased a specific shirt for all of their men, including some of the children, and they did not tell them that there were a bunch of other people that were going to be wearing this same shirt. So they set it up so that everybody went to dinner one night in this shirt. And as you can see here, there's at least 100 people in this shirt. And this gentleman does not look very happy with this prank, although it does look kind of funny. There are a lot of people. They really did a good job pulling this one off. So I'm curious, 1, would you do this? And 2, how would this look if it was reversed? Like, could you do this for the women? Would you do this for the women? We have over half of our audience is men, so I am really curious if this prank would work in reverse. First of all, I think it'd be kind of hard to find something to use, but say ears, if everybody had the same ears. So let us know in the comments below, would you pull this prank on your traveling partners? I bet there were a lot of heads turning at dinner that night wondering why there were so many people in the same shirts. I do think that would be quite a lot of fun to see on the ship though. Okay, now last but not least, we have to talk about the special offers, because this is one of the questions I get a lot, is how to find a good deal on a Disney cruise. There are a few ways: booking as soon as rates come out, traveling off season, booking last minute, but there are also special offers on Disney Cruise Line's website. They currently have 6. 3 of them they have almost all the time. Florida residents can save up to 35% on select Caribbean cruises. They have special US military rates, and Canadian residents can save up to 25% on select sailings. In addition to that, they have a Disney gift card that you can get for new card members for their visa. Save up to 35% on select Australia and New Zealand sailings. And their very best one right now is a limited time offer, 50% off 3rd and 4th guests on select sailings. So they have about 80 sailings available underneath this offer, and some of them are Merrytime cruises. So if you are looking for a good deal on a Merrytime cruise this fall and you're traveling with more than 2 people, you might want to go check that one out. Now, don't keep all the fun for yourself. Make sure and share this with your Disney cruise loving friends. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you haven't seen it yet, we've heard a rumor that Disney is building a Pixar cruise ship. Go check that out. Thanks for being here. We'll see you real soon with some more DisNEEDS.